What is up guys, it's Less Than 3 Reviews, and today we have our very first tech review, and today we're going to talk about the PowerBeats Pro. So I bought these guys on sale 6 months ago, and I've been using them for gymming and commuting pretty much for my everyday life. So I decided to do a full depth review for the PowerBeats Pro to help you guys with your purchase decisions. Although the PowerBeats Pro are released about 2 years ago, I do still believe they are relevant today, and hence the review. If you guys are new to the channel, I do gaming reviews and tech reviews as well, so please do consider subscribing for more content. This review is going to be a long one, so there are timestamps down below in the description to help you guys skip into the parts that you guys want to see. But let's jump into the review for the PowerBeats Pro. Here we have the PowerBeats Pro box. Colors do come in a lot of variations, but I like black tech products, so I bought the black beats. But they do have blue, red, and navy and more of course. If I didn't get the black one, I would probably went with the navy. But basically, there's a lot you can choose from as of 2021. In the box, we have the PowerBeats Pro, which looks perfectly sleek inside there, and the wire for the lightning charge. Of course, with this being an Apple product and all, there is no USB-C charger. Inside the box, you also get different silicone ear tips, which are really nice for consumers, especially with this being a Beats product, and it is considered on the pricey side, definitely. The manual with the stickers are also available inside the box. The ear tips that are provided are really great. You can switch them out easily as you please for the right size, and it's vital if you're buying this product to really test each ear tip to find out which one's the best for you. You got to ensure it provides the right seal, especially because these earphones do not have active noise cancelling. But we'll talk about sound later on. First up, price. I bought these bad boys for about 170 Singapore dollars, and on the website itself, or official Apple website, is about 328 Singapore dollars. So I actually went to the Apple store just to check the price of the PowerBeats Pro, and it is 328 Singapore dollars. So that's how expensive it is. And this is actually the price conversion right here. But of course, I actually bought it on a sale. For a normal person like me on a budget, 328 Singapore dollars is a lot of money. So that's why I bought it on a sale. So the PowerBeats Pro are totally wireless earphones, different than their counterpart, the PowerBeats, without the wire actually, and it's amazing. First look at the whole thing, and it's pretty massive. Look at the size of that. It fills up my whole hand. That's how big it is. The case is about 3 inches long and 3 inches wide with 1 inch thickness. So it's a perfect square, but it's pretty big. So comparing sizes with other earphones and earbuds, they are pretty much kept in compact cases as compared to the PowerBeats Pro. So that's definitely a factor that might affect your purchase of this product. But then again, you are going to the gym with this PowerBeats Pro, so there won't be any problem stuffing this into your gym bag. And for me personally, I just stuff it in my bag, so I didn't really have any problems with any space issues. However, if you want to go out and commute without any bags, it might be difficult to fit this in your jeans or your tight jeans in particular. Yeah, I personally do not go out without a bag with the PowerBeats Pro. So there are alternatives to carrying your PowerBeats Pro inside your bag. So instead of putting your PowerBeats Pro in your gym bag, you can actually opt for a bag like mine. I actually bought this in Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. But basically it fits nicely, and you can carry this bag along in commute or in the gym, and it also acts as a protection for your PowerBeats Pro. So the earphones themselves are about 2 inches in height, and they do have ear hooks that allow them to be stuck to your ears. At first sight, it might look massive, and for those who aren't really into hooks or haven't really worn earphones with hooks before, you might be not accustomed to it, just as I was. But eventually I fell in love with it because it just keeps your earphones snug in your ears, even with the most intense workouts really. Personally, I go to the gym 6 times a week, and I bench press, deadlift, squat with the PowerBeats Pro, and never has it came out of my ear before, not even once. However, I do wear spectacles, which may be a hindrance when you want to wear your PowerBeats Pro, but I got accustomed to that as well. Masks are also something you guys have to consider when wearing the PowerBeats Pro. If you're in a country like mine where masks are still mandatory, you kind of have to maneuver the mask strap around the PowerBeats Pro to take it out of your ears. The volume rocker is kind of found on the PowerBeats Pro itself, which is kind of neat. And the Beats logo is actually a button, so you press once to pause your songs and you double tap to skip a song. Of course, with the hooks and all the physical buttons present on the PowerBeats Pro, you might be asking how heavy the PowerBeats Pro is. It looks massive, but the weight is about 11 grams each. Because of the weight, probably after wearing them for 15 minutes, you probably wouldn't notice that they're even there. So I think what contributes to that lightweight is because of the light plastic material that it is made up of, and of course the ear hooks are actually made out of rubber, and within that rubber casing or that rubber outer material, there's a metal material within that ear hook that keeps it in its shape. So although it's made out of plastic, it really feels durable and it really does feel classy. As for the ear hooks, the metal material actually allows it to form any shape you want it to make. Of course, not any deformation, but it can actually fix into any different types of ears. In other words, it's just bloody comfortable. Ear fatigue is something people often talk about when wearing the PowerBeats Pro, but for me, I've never really experienced ear fatigue, just because I think I was able to comfortably wear the PowerBeats Pro by adjusting the ear hooks. For me, I haven't had any experience of wearing hooks with earphones. I wasn't really a fan of that beforehand. Of course, there was some discomfort, but you wouldn't even notice the PowerBeats Pro on your ear when you're working out because of the weight and the comfort that it provides. So the PowerBeats Pro are class 1 Bluetooth devices. In other words, it's the strongest Bluetooth you can have on a device. So what this means is that there are lesser dropouts from your music if you're gymming or if you're walking away from the device that you're using. So far, dropouts from my music only occurred when I accidentally left my phone on the bench and actually went to another place or another level in the gym, and that actually caused a distortion in the music. Of course, that is a very long distance, but other than that, if you're walking quite some far distance without any walls in between, that should be fine because the Bluetooth is reliable and it's strong. So the PowerBeats Pro are also equipped with the H1 Apple chip. So if you have an Apple product, definitely PowerBeats Pro is suited for Apple. So your Bluetooth connection can be done on the fly by just opening the case and your iPhone will detect the PowerBeats Pro. So plot twist, I'm actually an Android user and I use the PowerBeats Pro. So for Android users out there, you won't miss out from the features that are available on Apple products as well. All you gotta do is download the PowerBeats Pro app, and it literally works the same way as that of an iPhone. Last 2 years ago when the PowerBeats Pro was released, I was aware that there are some features that are locked out from Android users, but as of 2021, I was able to customize my PowerBeats Pro the way I want it to, as if it was to be used in an iPhone. So you guys can correct me down in the comment section below if I actually said that wrongly, but for me, I was able to experience the full features of the PowerBeats Pro on my Android. So for example, I don't have to manually pair my PowerBeats Pro to my Android device via the Bluetooth settings, but rather I just open the casing and the Bluetooth will pair by itself. So Android users, don't worry, you can actually use the PowerBeats Pro to its full effect. Alright, next is voice calling. So for me, this is where the PowerBeats Pro lack. The PowerBeats Pro aren't able to detect my voice clearly when I'm calling someone, and for me, I actually commute a lot, so when you're in a bus or train, definitely the person isn't able to hear you. That happened to me every single time when I'm commuting from place to place, and it's been a problem. Here's a sample call. This is a PowerBeats Pro mic test. As you can see, it's really not that clear. I'm in a quite quiet environment right now, so yeah, this is what you guys will hear if you were to call someone with a PowerBeats Pro. I'm speaking quite loudly actually, but as you can see, it's really not that clear. Battery wise, the PowerBeats Pro pack a punch with 9 hours without the casing, and with the casing it's 24 hours. I've personally tested waters and it's no joke. I can get through the whole week or even longer with the casing, and it's amazing. So the PowerBeats Pro itself provides enough juice to last long workouts, so you don't have to worry about having a flat battery when you're working out. So because of the ability to go long hours without charging for the PowerBeats Pro, you can actually go commando and carry this without the casing. However, I do recommend carrying the case along with you because then again, this is an expensive product, so you should take care of them well. Furthermore, a 5 minutes charge with the lightning cable that the box provides you with will give you 1.5 hours of playtime. So that's really great. In terms of water resistance, the PowerBeats Pro are rated IPX4. So this means that it is resistant to water splashes and sweat. However, do note that the casing is not IPX4 rated, so it can get spoiled if you put this in water. So I've taken out the PowerBeats Pro under the rain for quite a number of times and it's still working fine. So additionally, I'm a heavy sweater and sweat do actually get onto my PowerBeats Pro. So right now it's still working fine and I have no problems whatsoever. Now let's get into business and talk about sound. Alright, so probably some of you guys who are watching this video right now have watched other videos as well. And one highlight of sound in the PowerBeats Pro will be the bass. Bass is definitely the highlight, but to me, it's not just that. I'm not a professional audio hearer or audiophile, whatever you call it, but I know good sound when I hear it. This earphone not only hits the bass well, but it also hits the high notes well. And they do it easily and clearly with no muffles at all. And for some of you guys out there, you might think that this is for pop or EDM only. So however, the PowerBeats Pro actually hits different genres well, from rock to country. Hi-hats and guitar solos, you name it, the PowerBeats Pro will deliver. However, one downside or upside for some of you guys out there is that the PowerBeats Pro does not have active noise cancelling. So if you're in a gym where they blast music out loud, some of the sound might actually seep in, and as a result you might need to increase the volume of your PowerBeats Pro, which is not really good for your ear health. For some, ANC is pretty important, but to me, I prefer not having ANC. I actually want to hear my surroundings well, especially in the gym when someone asks me for help or asks me for a spot. And for those who want to use the PowerBeats Pro for running, it's really not that great because you can hear the wind kind of rushing through your ears. Again, all of this can be reduced to a minimum by changing or selecting your ear tips that fit your ear well. All in all, the PowerBeats Pro are great workout earphones and also commute earphones in my opinion. There are no setbacks for Android users as well, and I definitely recommend this product only if it is on a sale. But of course, if you are really invested in this product, you can go ahead and buy it, but to me the original price tag is just too expensive. So for me, I'll probably be using these earphones until it gets dysfunctional or when a new PowerBeats Pro actually do come out. Recently, Beats just released a Beats Fit Pro, which actually have active noise cancelling and is also much smaller as compared to your PowerBeats Pro. With that being said, I do not have my hands on it yet. Of course, you guys can look at other YouTube videos to find out how great they are. So for those who are in need of a comparison, the PowerBeats Pro is definitely better than your AirPods. So that's all in this video. If you guys like the video, please do consider subscribing and liking this video, and also do comment what you guys think about the PowerBeats Pro in 2021. Hope you guys have a stellar day and week ahead. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.